Andrea Golya, The Journey Home Around the World and Within. In memory of my beloved parents. Preface. Hello, dear reader. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Andrea Golya. My last name means stork in Hungarian, which fits me just fine because I love traveling. Similarly to the migratory bird, I've traveled a lot all my life, lived in various places in various countries. Moreover, I moved to a warm climate in southern Spain right after finishing university and grad school. My first name, Andrea, also fits me very well, as in accordance with its meaning, I'm a strong, independent, self-sufficient woman. So what other adjectives would I use to describe myself? Energetic, dynamic, athletic, slim, blonde, of medium height, and with a pretty figure. Smart, intelligent, creative, versatile, resourceful, capable, gutsy, well-traveled, warm-hearted, friendly, very perceptive, and an excellent conversationalist. Sensitive, but also tough and determined. Mature and wise in certain ways, although by far not in every way. I have numerous strengths and weaknesses, adorable and not so adorable characteristics, and I'm working on myself regarding some aspects. However, all in all, as you can tell from the positive adjectives, I feel very comfortable in my own skin. Now, having said that, it was not always like this, and maybe you can also relate to that. Anyway, so much about myself for now. How would you describe yourself, by the way? If you feel like it, think about that for a little while before you continue reading. This story starts with how my previously happy and comfortable life had completely and unexpectedly fallen apart due to a few traumatic experiences, and then focuses on how I managed to reconstruct my life and myself afterwards, while realizing my childhood dream of traveling around the world alone. What an epic, exhilarating, and magical inner and outer journey it was. This is what I would like to share with you now. I hope you will find it entertaining and enriching as I share my adventures, experiences, and some knowledge about a lot of awe-inspiring places in the world and some intriguing aspects of life, along with certain tasks I devised for you, as well as the intimate story of the roller coaster ride of my inner journey and personal development. Do you long for traveling more? Would you like to get to know the world and yourself much better? Has your life gone through a challenging transformation, and are you trying to find your way in the new situation? Are you looking for your inner peace and happiness but somehow feel lost? I was feeling that way. In my mid and late 20s, I lost both of my beloved parents, as well as my sister, family, home, our pets, other extended family members, my partner, and my direction in life. In other words, apart from all the above, I also lost the life and the person I had identified with till then. I felt devastated, broken, and empty. So in search of meaning and healing, I set out on this twofold journey around the world. It took me through various countries, cultures, and adventures, whilst also exploring my inner world, the deepest and most hidden corners of my emotional reality of dealing with my traumas and grief. This was all part of the process of trying to restore my inner peace in order to become a healed, healthier, happier, more mature, more wholesome, more fulfilled, and more experienced version of myself. In a nutshell, this was my journey home around the world and within. I learned a lot and encountered countless amazing experiences. I would like to share all this with you. This fabulous and at the same time arduous inner and outer journey. Perhaps what I learned and experienced might help you too. Will you accompany me on this journey around the world from the comfort of your couch? I would like to share my story with you for various reasons. Firstly, because I would like to provide hope and help to those who may be going through a similarly daunting phase of their lives. The current global coronavirus pandemic has also undeniably presented many with major challenges. My story may help some of you to tackle your challenges even better and to see your situation in a new light. Secondly, I would like to share all the scrumptious metaphorical flavors from my journey of breathtaking scenery, astonishing experiences, thrilling adventures, heartwarming new friendships, the invigorating feeling of freedom, and so on, in order for you to also have a taste while you travel around our spectacular world with me in spirit. It would be a pity to keep these fantastic experiences all to myself. What is more, I would like to motivate you to realize your goals and dreams because you can make them a reality. And last but not least, I would also like to encourage you to get to know yourself better, to work on yourself, and to make your life better, healthier, happier, more fulfilled, more harmonious, and more aware, which can also make the world a bit better place too. It is possible to be true to yourself, to focus on the right priorities in life, and to live by more fulfilling and mindful values. And you can do so without traumas, crises, and other major difficulties reminding you too. My story consists of 12 chapters, each of which is further divided into subchapters. The first chapter differs from the rest because after introducing you to my life in Spain, to my wonderful parents, and to our happy family life, this chapter also contains the detailed description of my traumas. These character-shaping traumatic events were a very important catalyst in my story. This part is a sad one though, much more so than the other parts, just saying. Please be patient through these poignant parts of the first chapter, or if you're only interested in more cheerful travel adventures, you might even skip these 3 subchapters about my traumas. They're not horrifying. Nevertheless, I just wanted to give you the heads up. The subsequent chapters are much more enjoyable and fun. From the second chapter on, I will share my travel experiences in different countries in detail, as well as aspects of my inner journey and my emotional processes. Traveling around the world was by far one of the most extraordinary times of my life. At the end of each chapter, you will find a certain task or tasks. These are for you, and they can help you to make your life even better if you wish. Furthermore, they can help you to participate even more intensely in my story and my journey of personal development through your own hands-on experience. I hope you will find them constructive. Of course, please only perform the tasks at your own risk. Please, let me tell you now a little bit more about what I'm trying to convey to you with this book and what life lessons my experiences have taught me. Losing my loving family forever and feeling completely alone with numerous challenges for years have irreversibly transformed me as a person. Losing the 2 people I loved the most, as well as the safe haven of our family home or our stork nest, my loving and supportive background and my anchor, and then going through further completely unexpected and traumatic experiences with my sister were among the biggest challenges I ever had to overcome. What is more, at the same time just trying to function as a normal person in my everyday life while feeling that I no longer even belonged to anyone or anywhere further compounded the trauma. Being so young when facing all this, I many times felt that I may not have had the necessary toolkit to deal with everything life was throwing at me. There was a huge contrast between my previously cheerful, optimistic, and full of life self and this new, unhappy, and emotionally battered being I was now becoming. I was really trying to overcome all these challenges, as well as to find or to create the new, so to say, improved version of my happy prior life and self. I feel that I have eventually succeeded, and I have learned so much from all this too. I feel that it is important that I share all this with you for your benefit too. I also feel that we would all benefit from deeper awareness, healthy love and acceptance towards ourselves and others, healthy self-esteem, a positive attitude, more compassion, empathy, understanding, forgiveness, mindfulness, and gratitude on all levels, whether individual, family, or societal. It is essential to learn how to make our lives happier, and it mainly depends on our attitude. It is time to create more harmony in ourselves, in our families, in our environment, in our countries, and in our world. It is time to appreciate and cherish our priorities, our values, and our blessings even more and live by them on all levels in our everyday lives. Furthermore, to create and allow a sustainable balance on all levels. Many people always find something to complain about, to criticize, or a reason to feel sorry for themselves or to elicit more attention from others. It is time to take responsibility for ourselves, our attitude, and our happiness, and to change what is worth changing in order to have a better life and world. Whether that metaphorical glass is half empty or half full, it doesn't really matter. As I heard it somewhere, let's fill it up. It is our own responsibility. In my opinion, we are better off learning not to focus on what is missing, but to appreciate what is. I visited numerous places where people were very poor, burdened, and living in harsh circumstances. Yet, many of them had a positive outlook, did not complain or pull others back, but appreciated the little they did have and seemed to live relatively happily. Our lives can always get better or worse, but our happiness depends only on us, not on our circumstances. We are better off learning to be happy with what is, and thus attracting even more joy and happiness into our lives. I know it is easier said than done. Nevertheless, it is absolutely doable. During our years and decades on life's figurative roller coaster, many of us will hit plenty of highs and lows, including painful falls. It is worth learning techniques that can help us to get up once we figuratively fall, and to help ourselves and others to keep moving forward. I will share many things that helped me during my tough years. Those tough years definitely made me much stronger. Feeling completely alone in life, dealing with difficulties and grief, and learning complete self-reliance have proven to be very powerful teachers. They can be very constructive to one's character. They can help us appreciate the good times and this precious gift of life even more too. The current brutal global pandemic is also a stark reminder of how fragile life is, and to learn to really enjoy it as much as we can every day. In addition, it is a valuable opportunity to reassess our priorities, our lives, certain aspects of our global world, and to change certain things. So all in all, I hope that sharing my story and the tasks I devised for you will provide you with the following. Some useful tips as to how to get to know yourself better, how to build a healthier and happier life, how to reconstruct your life with more awareness, how to deal with grief and challenging changes, how to take more responsibility for your own happiness, how to make your own life better, all the while hopefully encouraging others by your positive example to do the same. And last but not least, I hope to give you some pointers on which corners of the earth you would also enjoy visiting out of the numerous marvelous places I visited during this awesome trip around the world. As regards life and traveling, I know this is a cliche. However, my experience just confirmed the same. It is not the destination that matters the most, but the journey itself and who we become in the process. It is best to follow our heart, as well as to enjoy the journey and everything life provides. To learn to be happy with what is, whether we are up or down on this roller coaster of life, and to keep moving forward, applying the life lessons we learn many times through challenges. To learn to see what really matters and to cherish it. To stay true to ourselves, to love and accept ourselves, and thus others, the world, and life itself too. To find and maintain our inner peace, radiate that to others, and reflect that in our actions. To enjoy life with a lot of awareness. To draw healthy boundaries around ourselves. To passionately work towards what makes us happy and towards achieving our dreams and goals. Not to be afraid to live and to be our true self in a conscious way. Not to be afraid of difficulties or making mistakes, and even if we are afraid, to face them anyway, because they always bring some beneficial life lessons too. Perhaps we wouldn't even grow without them. I know it may sound strange, but I might not have realized this dream of mine of traveling around the world if it hadn't been for my traumatic experiences of my parents dying and of my sister blatantly rejecting me because of preferring money over our sisterhood, as well as for a dark emotional state these experiences pushed me into. I would definitely not be the same person as I am today without having to face these challenging life lessons. They eventually pointed me in the direction of learning how to appreciate the metaphorical clouds and their silver lining in my life, working on myself more, finding my inner peace again, and making my dream come true, going on this epic journey. And I'm so happy and grateful I did. I feel very fortunate and blessed for being able to travel a lot all my life and for being able to visit and experience so many resplendent places. During this journey around the globe, I really enjoyed having the time and the opportunity to see how people live in different parts of the world. How different yet very similar we humans all are. I also enjoyed having a taste of various cultures, as well as having time not only to get to know the world much better, but myself too. This was a magnificent and magical inner and outer journey, which helped me learn, experience, see, and feel so much. It transformed me in a way. I also encountered invaluable new friendships all over the world, which means so much to me. It was a truly unforgettable experience and a brilliant journey of discovery, which has impacted me for the rest of my life. This is what I would like to share with you in the chapters after the first one. Hopefully this book will give you a taste of all the magic I experienced. I hope you will enjoy my story and find it beneficial. I'm sharing it with you with lots of love. I admit it is also with some trepidation that I so openly share my innermost feelings and experiences with you. Please respect the characters and the contents of this book, since even though some of the names have been changed, these are real, not fictional people, lives, stories, happenings, and feelings. I'm just a flesh and blood human being with my strengths and weaknesses, my flaws, my struggles, and my joys, and so are all the other characters. I'm just doing my best living my life, and I would just like to share what I learned and experienced during a few year-long phase in my life, in the hope that it will be for the benefit of others as well. Of course, I'm not expecting everyone to like everything or to agree with everything. This is my story, from my point of view, about my own experiences. So feel free to figuratively take with you on your journey what you like, and just ignore what you do not like. I'm very pleased, grateful, and honored that you will accompany me on this journey. I would like to take the opportunity now to thank all of you who, one way or another, contributed to this book, and those of you who are a beloved, important, valued, and appreciated part of my life. You all know who you are. Thank you so much for being you, the way you are, and for your help, contribution, love, affection, and support. Also, thank you for our time, experiences, and memories together. Furthermore, I really cherish those of you with whom we are there for each other through thick and thin on this winding road called life. You are my treasure. Life is better with you in it. I love you all very much. Stay blessed. So this is it for now. Let's get started with my story then. Barcelona, May 2020.